Shop Goodwill, the Concord plaque has been taken down. Last I checked, we talked about this last night. It had, I believe, 30 or 40 bids, and it was at $3,001. And I was genuinely considering putting a bid for 3,002, and it was taken down. And I can't help but think, yeah, you beat me to it. I was just going to say that. Sony most likely got to them because this was starting to make like national news. Like this was becoming a big, big story. And I almost wonder, it's one of two things. I'm going to give you guys my headcanon guess of what happened. One, Sony either got to them and was like, yeah, no, you're not allowed to resell that. That is proprietary. That's not for not for resale or whatever. You need to, that's property of Sony or whatever. Like maybe they hit them with that and they're not allowed to sell it, which is likely, very likely. Or two, someone who works at Goodwill was like, yoink. And then conveniently the next day, oh, look, we can't find it anymore. We need to take this auction down. They might have gotten an off-site offer. Potentially. I don't know how it works. Hypnotic says they are probably reaching out to the other recipients of those plaques and are telling them not to do that shit. Oh, I'm sure. Because this is a terrible look when people are literally pointing, laughing, and mocking the story, the game again after the whole thing was here and gone, and this just kicked up the dust again, and people couldn't help it. I would have loved it. I genuinely would have loved this for around $3,000. I would have thrown my hat in the ring for it. I'm just mad it got taken down because we will never know what the value of it would have ended at. And I think it would have been fascinating to watch the final minutes of this live. Like that would have actually been worth a live stream just to keep refreshing it live to see what it got to. But now can't do that because it's gone. And we don't even have a reason as to why. Shop Goodwill just pull it down and has no updates. Goodwill of Olympic and Rainier region. So Seattle area, of course. Yeah, it doesn't give any explanation and it doesn't allow any off-site purchases or anything like that. So it just completely removed everything. So now we're left to wonder if Sony told them to take it down or if it was stolen. Both honestly are likely. But now you got to wonder what if Sony was the one that told them to take it down, what do they do with it? Are they ordered to destroy it? Is this thing going to turn into like a modern day Rembrandt? The side scrollers guy? You mean Stuttering Craig? The side scrollers guy. I'm going to call Craig that next time I talk to him. Hey, side scrollers guy. I was, again, I'm friends with Craig. I was genuinely like wondering if it was going to be a bidding war between me and him on it because I was genuinely thinking about bidding on it. But Hypnotic says they destroy it probably. Ain't no way. I mean, they're probably ordered to destroy it, but I wonder if they actually will destroy it or if it just conveniently ends up in someone's car on the ride home and ends up missing. Because when they saw the value of this is one of those, you got something worth potentially tens of thousands of dollars, potentially. And if you can find a way to find a buyer for it, this will make it to someone's house somewhere. I do think it's interesting that all the photos are gone except they left the back of it, which is very curious. Ecom 000-42625. So it was very recently donated last week, basically. Or last month. Almost a month ago before they put it up. That's crazy. But yeah. They can't sell it. It goes against the tax write-off rules from ending the game once it went live. I I understand, but I thought Goodwill is like exempt from those kind of rules. If it's like a second-hand thing, I thought that might overrule that, but again, who knows? Who knows? Or wait, plot twist. What if the woman who donated it saw how much it was going for and asked for it back so she can sell it herself? Dude. I wonder if you can do that because she theoretically could go back to the store and be like, I donated a bunch of stuff last week, and an heirloom from the family was in the box of stuff that was not supposed to be given to you. I need it back. And they were probably like, sure thing. They literally, the people at the Goodwill probably have no idea what the fuck this stuff is in the back room. It's probably just all, they take pictures of it and then put it in a box and out of state, out of mind. I wonder if any of them were even paying attention to this shit. So that's a very good point. That's a very good point. That absolutely might have happened. Wow. Yeah. Her name is on it. That's true too. That's true too. That's very likely. Or you doubt it. Either way, I think it's a very fascinating story. This could have been a piece of gaming history. And I wonder if it's going to show up anywhere again. And now that we have this story, it's going to bring up the question of, well, now we have like the professor and all these other people that worked at Firewalk Studios that got one of these plaques. And they all know that this is a much desired item that I don't know if they're allowed to sell it legally or not. I don't know if there's any kind of restrictions from these companies. Typically, there's like there is. I would not be surprised if there was like a clause where it's like you're not allowed to sell, but I wonder how much Sony gets involved with that. Very curious. Very curious. Oh God, the professor. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. EB for the 5-bagger says, I wonder if the Concord Plaque box will show up on eBay this weekend. Well, it might, but it depends on the number of scenarios we presented. I would imagine it's one of those scenarios. It depends on which one, on if that would happen or not. But regardless, I do wonder if any of them will show up eventually at some point, now that we know that this is a much desired item. I think like anything Concord related is going to become a collector's item because of just what a shit show it was. It's all Duggan Games. How you doing, buddy? For the 5-banger says, Concord plaques are the new Nintendo World Championship cards. They kind of are. Oh, that's true. Soul on the Leash for the RS100 says, Craig bought it before letting the bid go any higher. I mean, if he was able to, I bet he would have. But I don't think you're allowed to do that. But who knows? Who knows? Hypnotic says, read this. I accidentally donated an item. How can I get it back? Well, damn, look at you, Hypnotic. Nice find. Every year, Goodwill receives hundreds of thousands of donations. With so many items passing through the doors, occasionally something is donated by accident. If you donated the item unintentionally, please contact us as soon as possible through our website or by calling the location the donation was made. You can find the contact information for all our locations on the donation page. We highly encourage you to provide us with as much information as possible, including time, location, and donation, as well as pictures of the item. We make every effort to locate and return items that were donated by mistake. However, our efficient... That's totally what happened. Hypnotic called it. Hypnodamus is back, baby. That's 1,000,000% what happened. She saw that this thing was selling for an infinite amount of money, and she's like, shit. As long as the item isn't sold to someone else, you can definitely get it back. Since it was auctioned, it was still available. And they knew they had it too, because you're like, I know exactly where it is, and I can prove it's mine because that's literally my name on it. And here's my ID. So, yep, you're absolutely right. We've cracked the case thanks to Hypnotic. Appreciate you, bro. Yeah, it was up to 3,000. I wonder if this person was watching it and was making headlines everywhere. If they're like, if it got past like the 3,000 mark, they're probably like, all right, you know what? I'm going to go get this back. That's it. Grog Bass for the $500 Red Boy, which is insane, bro. Insane. Says, I was the high bidder, which by the way, I definitely believe you. 0x to doubt on this one. I was the high bidder for the Concord Plaque. The retraction email I received states, unfortunately, we were contacted by the rightful owner of this item today and informed that it was not donated by her, but given to us in mistake by someone who was not the rightful owner. This plaque is being returned to Chelsea. $500 for enough characters. This guy. Damn, Grog Bass. Grog Bass literally hitting the channel with the biggest Red Boy you can hit it with and the biggest breaking news that anyone could hear. Regarding, like, everyone wanted to know the truth on this. This was the question that was going to be searched for on the internet. It was going to turn into internet lore. And you just put the kibosh on that right away. You're just like, nope, I'll just tell you what happened because it was me. That's awesome. That's awesome. Shout out to Grogbast, you absolute legend. And I wonder if that's the story that they gave to save their ass from Sony, because who the hell would gift that away without asking, unless it's like someone's grandma or something, or their old mother that's just like, oh, here's an old frame of something. This shitty game, even I know this game shit. She's not gonna want this. Again, Grogbast, thank you, bro. Seriously, thank you.